Hey there, Tad Hargrave from Marketing for Hippies, and here's my thought for today. It's about point of view marketing. Your unpopular perspective, your unpopular opinion is your way of loving the world. I think people don't think about it like this often, that saying the unpopular thing, you know, slaying the sacred cows, is a loving thing. I think we think of it as a provocative thing, a thing full of consternation and combativeness. But this is actually a way of loving the world. What it's saying is, I love the world enough, I love the people in it enough to say something that will cost me. Because if you say something unpopular, it will cost you. You will lose people. People will write you off. You'll lose friends. You'll lose, family, colleagues. If you say something really unpopular, you will lose people. But it's often true, isn't it? The more popular something becomes, often the less true it becomes. The more that people buy it, the more you know it's been defanged enough to not be a threat to the system at large. And so if you say the truth is often a threat to the systems of power, because they operate by suppressing the truth. The U.S. government could not have gotten away with a bunch of the shit it's done if people actually knew the truth of what was happening. Read some Noam Chomsky if that point confuses you. The media has based itself on lies. Read Manufacturing Consent or go watch that documentary. So we know that the truth is often a threat to the system. And it's not just a threat to the system, but it's a threat to the people who rely on the system, who love the system. And so if you speak it, the point is, you get some backlash. It will also be very freeing for the people who have the ears to hear it and want to hear it. But you're gonna probably, at least the first time you open your mouth, you're gonna lose more people than you get. That'll be the initial consequence. And your willingness to do it anyways is your way of kissing the world on the forehead and saying, I got you in mind. It's your way of giving a little nod to the generations to come, saying somebody was willing to say the thing that nobody else was willing to say. Now, I did another video called Dangerous Ideas. I've done a few about, how much should we share of our point of view. There's certain things in certain places and times it's genuinely not safe. People risk their lives, and it may not be wise to do. So it's a decision that has to be translated in everyone's, circumstance. So there's no advice from me here of what to say or when to say it, or there's no shaming of not saying the most true thing. Sometimes you got to live to see another day. But what I am saying is the willingness to say it, if it's really true, is a loving thing. Martin Luther King Jr. often talked about how we need unconditional love and uncompromising truth. And I think he would probably agree with me that they're the same thing in the end. That trying to live a life and build a society based on lies is an act of deep disregard and disdain for the generations to come. So for all of you who are out there speaking the truth, even though it's costing you, thank you. I see the way that you're loving the world. And, for those of you who aren't, maybe just think about it in this way. And, keep loving yourself and keep loving the ones around you in the ways that you can. And maybe the opportunity will come and you'll muster up the courage to say a scary thing. And of course, it's not always as bad as we imagine it'll be. So, sometimes we can't say the scary things, so we support the people who are. Because some people are in more, maybe you've got kids, maybe you've got, a lot of responsibilities and you can't, or you're just emotionally frail at that moment, you can't be the one to say it, but other people are, and we can be supporting those people in the background. And that's good work too. And you can remind them of the love that you see in what they're doing, when they may just feel like, God, am I just causing harm by what I'm saying? I imagine anyone who speaks the truth must wonder that from time to time. Am I doing more harm than good by sharing what I see as the truth? And those people need encouragement too, as we all do. So if you see somebody saying the scary thing, don't imagine that they are bulletproof. You can send them a little note of encouragement. Say, hey, I see what you're doing. I know it's cost you something. And that's how I know it's loving. It's because you're doing it even though it's hurting you. And the same way a mother Oh, it hurts her to lose all that sleep. Or a father, it hurts him to lose all that sleep. But he does it for the kid anyways. I'm not making a case for martyrdom, or that there's no role of pleasure in the world. That's true too. That's another way of loving, but this is loving too. So there you go. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, your reflections, how it lands for you. You can put it in the comments below here on YouTube. If you'd like to see more videos, just hit the red subscribe button and the bell icon. And if you like this video or my other videos, it does help jimmy the algorithm in my favor. And thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you around.